What up, dudes? How's it going? No information or educational material in this video. I just want to give a quick shout out, alright, to a buddy, YouTube channel named geoleeman, Geoleeman. His name is George Leeman. He's from the East Coast. He's a YouTuber. He's friends with Debunking, whose YouTube name is Beast Bodybuilding. And he's one of those channels that I also follow. I like to see what weights they're lifting, what they look like, what's going on in their lives. This happens to be one of those. So I actually first stumbled upon him from probably one of his crazy lifting videos. This guy's a big boy, I'll just say. He's tall, he is big as fuck, and he lifts a lot of weight. So I think my first video of him was him just lifting a shitload of weight. I was just like, what the hell? And then I actually watched another video of him just giving kind of a rant. I think he called it Late Night Rambling, and it actually inspired me, motivated me quite a bit. I connected with it a ton. He was just talking about how people give excuses for why they can't reach their goals in terms of gaining strength or gaining muscle, because I mean he did what it took basically to pack muscle on his frame, going against all the excuses that other people give. I can't eat enough, or I can't lift enough. It's too heavy, or I just can't do it. And he basically did what we all have to do in order to gain muscle: just fucking suck it up, eat some food, and lift some heavy ass weight. Now, you might not agree with how much weight he gained, and that's another thing that a lot of people like to talk about. He bulked from like 190 pounds from age, say, like 15 to 21. I think he's the same age as me. Bulked from like 190 pounds to practically 400. I think like 390. So I mean, a lot of people might consider this like a bulk or a bulk. I mean, or an excuse to get fat or whatever. But in reality, he utilized the caloric surplus to his advantage as much as he could, lifting as heavy as he could with a high frequency and all that good shit. So I mean, he probably could have went with a little bit less weight gain, but it's not to say that that was him just fucking around. I mean, I'm pretty damn sure, because with his mentality and his attitude, he was only doing what he thought was 100% like what he needed to do. And I guess that's what it comes down to, right? In bodybuilding, it's like you may or may not be following the most optimal this or that. You might not be completely efficient. And while I, always emphasize, try to take the most efficient route from A to B. Don't go around in circles. Go straight line. Whether or not you even do what's mostly efficient, it really comes down to your drive and your attitude, and just how badly you desire something, and deciding that you aren't going to make any excuses and just going for it. And that's what I took from this guy's video. So I definitely recommend checking this guy's channel out for the reasons I just talked about. And also, there's this hilarious video of him squatting like at age 16, like 635 pounds. And what he does before the squat fucking made me laugh my ass off. So I'm going to add that at the end of this video so you guys can check it out. And I'll also include a recent lift of him deadlifting like 835 pounds for 2 or 3 reps. So, yeah. And last but not least, the late night rambling, little motivational talk that was a video of his that I'm going to also attach at the end of this video. So hopefully that's cool with you, George, that I attach these videos. If it's not, just let me know. And a lot of respect to this guy because he speaks the truth. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just check out his channel and you'll see what I mean. More lifting videos, George. That's what we want to see. You're strong as fuck. More lifting videos, please. And I think everyone else can agree. They'd like to see more lifting videos of this guy. I know it takes a lot of work. You gotta freaking mount the camera up and hide it from the crazy employees and all that shit. But more videos from you would be dope in the gym because it's really inspiring and just motivational. I mean, yeah. So that's that, guys. Check out this channel if you'd like. Just like I'm really inspired, motivated by Ben Seath, who's another big ass guy lifting shit tons of weight. I'm also really I also like to follow this guy named George, just for the reasons I gave. So check him out, and yeah. night. Here's the clip of him at 16 years of age, squatting 635 pounds with that little thing that I talked about. Like,
whoa, can you chill the hell out? Seriously. Dang.
Fuck it.
People always ask me what they should do to get their lifts up or to gain weight or whatever. What's the best program? What did I do to get my squat so high or my deadlift so high or my bench so high or whatever? A lot of people attribute it to just genetics or, you know, being fat or whatever. But the best advice is really just to want it more. Because if you want it bad enough, you're gonna figure out what works. If you want it bad enough, you're gonna go and you're gonna do the research it takes to figure out what exactly you need to do. You're gonna take the time it takes to learn your body to figure out what works best for you. You're gonna go in there and you're gonna train hard enough that you get better results. You know, I used to get physically ill before I went and squatted and deadlifted and stuff. I used to get sick to my stomach, you know, in the hours leading up to these workouts, because I knew exactly how hard I was gonna have to try to get stronger. Because, you know, I wasn't getting stronger because I was getting stronger. I was getting stronger, like, literally because I was trying harder than the last workout. I would go through, you know, a month or two where I would make gains every workout just because, like, I tried harder. Like, last workout I did, you know, 10 rows with, you know, a 150-pound dumbbell, and this one, I'm just not going to let go of it until I get 12. You know, I'm just not going to let go of it until I get 15 or whatever. I would get sick because I was worried that I wouldn't be able to physically live up to the goals that I had for that workout. I was worried my body physically wouldn't allow me to get the extra rep or the extra weight that I was trying to get, because I would hate myself if I couldn't get that. I would be disappointed. It would ruin my workout. It would ruin my day. I would be angry about it. I would go home and complain. I would bitch, and I'd be pissed off at people. You know, because I wanted it so bad. I wanted to make those gains so bad. So people are asking me, they're like, well, should I do this? Should I do 10 sets of 3 on squats? Should I, you know, whatever? How often should I train? And basically, it really just comes down to, you know, the best program is just fucking wanting it more. Just trying harder. Being willing to do what it takes to reach your goals. You know, people are always thinking it's a supplement or a secret exercise, you know, or I don't know what they think. They must think it's something, because they're asking me all the time, like I have some kind of secret they don't know about, you know. These people, they private message me. I get them all the time. I must get one like every other day. They'll give me like 3 sentences. They'll tell me like their age and what they bench and like how much they weigh. And they'll tell me to write them a program and a diet. A lot of them don't even ask, you know. A lot of them will just go, I bench this much and I weigh this much, you know, write me a diet and a training program, you know, like I owe it to them or something. And I look at these people and I'm like, this person isn't even worth responding to. This person isn't worth helping, because obviously they're not even willing to invest in giving me enough information to help them. They don't even want to write the extra 5 sentences to tell me how much they're eating or how long they've been training or where their sticking point is or what's their weak muscle group, you know? So how would my help possibly benefit them? If I tell them to try harder, is that going to make the difference for them? No, because they won't even do what it takes to begin with. So why would telling them to try harder or telling them to do something harder than they're already doing change anything? They know they're not working hard. They know that whenever they don't train legs and, for bench, all they do for working out is, bench and biceps, and they don't even do those hard. They know they're not doing what it takes. There's no help that those people can have, that they can be given that will do anything for them. What am I going to do? Give them a motivational speech? And honestly, I still try and help those people, but it's so meaningless. Because the people who are going to succeed are going to succeed regardless. And the people who are going to fail regardless. Because the difference between the two is one is willing to do what it takes. People always used to hate on me and call me fat and whatnot and tell me I was lazy and unimpressive and didn't work hard or whatever. Just generally belittling what I did. But I got super fat. I gained 185 pounds, and people thought that was laziness. People thought that was just me being like a lazy fat guy using powerlifting as an excuse to be fat, But what that was me going, okay, nobody else is willing to gain this much weight. Nobody else is willing to be this heavy. If I am, I'm going to do something that they aren't. If I weigh, 385 pounds, I'm going to be able to bench something or squat something that those other people aren't. I'm going to be able to train longer than they are, and I'm going to be able to gain strength faster than they are, and it's going to give me something that they don't have. And I have to tell you guys, being 385 isn't easy. People think, oh, I would love to drink chocolate milk and eat pizza all the time. That would be great. That would be so much fun. Yeah, you know what? Drinking chocolate milk, it tastes good. So does pizza. But let me tell you, being that fucking fat is hard on you. Getting off the couch is hard on your knees. You live in pain. Your joints hurt all the time. Your hips and your knees hurt. You look like shit. It's hard to breathe. Walking around the block is a task. It's sacrifice. It's doing something hard. That's what that is. Nobody understands that shit. Nobody understands that to achieve these lifts isn't just genetics. It isn't just like, oh, you're lucky because you don't have to work. I wish I would have started when I was younger. I wish I would have had access to the internet when I was younger. No, that's not what it is. It's being willing to do the shit to get to that point. It's being willing to do the things to get from point A to point B, whatever they may be. It's different for everyone. But you know what? You're not competing with other people. You're competing with yourself. And if I'm generally trying harder than you, I'm going to make better gains for who I am than the gains you make. That's why these people, they sit around and go, oh, I just eat so much. I stuff myself all the time, and I just can't gain weight. It's so unfair. I wish I had a better metabolism, or blah, 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 blah. Some people just can't gain weight. No, bullshit. Bullshit. You're not willing to get fat. You want to eat clean. You want to eat chicken and rice. And then you want to, say that you can't eat enough of it? Yeah, try fucking something more calorie dense. Try some milk. Try some peanut butter. Try some cheese, some dairy products, some anything. People, oh, I just can't eat that much at once. It's too hard for me. You make those things easier for yourself. The more you eat, the easier it is to eat a lot. The bigger you get, the easier it is to eat a lot. The harder you train, the easier it is to train a lot. The heavier you train, the easier it is to go heavier. You condition yourself to do these things. So every time I have these people asking me, well, what should I do? Should I do this? And it's just apparently obvious to me that they aren't willing to work hard. That's what you're lacking, people. If you can't make the gains that are making you happy, if you can't make progress, if you're sitting around stalled out, it's because you should be doing more. People will go, oh, you're just talking shit, you're just genetically gifted, and whatever it is, this is why you're stronger than me, or this is why you're bigger than me. And you know what, I'm not saying my genetics are bad, or I don't have a great situation to get strong, but holy shit, just, if you're not gaining weight, it's because you are not eating enough. If you're not getting stronger, it's because you're not training right or eating right or sleeping right or something. Something is off. Okay? Maybe you just have terrible genetics. There's some people who I guess just will never be very strong, but they can still try harder than they're trying. Who can't improve on what they're doing? You know? Who can't do better with their diet or their training? Who can honestly say that? I don't even like, I could just ramble about this on and on. It just, I don't even know, you know? These people, they think they know what sacrifice is because they go and they do their squats 3 times, or, once a week, for 3 sets, and they don't push themselves on any one set, because they're trying to maintain strict form. That's what matters. No. Oh, form. People are always talking to me about form, like perfect form is, some kind of ideal. What it really comes down to is how hard you try. That's what it always comes down to, is how hard you try. You can have terrible form, but if you're trying harder, you're tearing down more muscle fibers. If you're exerting more effort, you're going to make better gains. Yeah, form plays a role, but to what degree? Does me swinging on my curls take my biceps out of the movement? No, it doesn't. Does me you used your lower back on pull downs. Yeah, now I'm never going to get big lats, right? Oh, what did I bounce on bench? Yeah, I must not be using pecs now because I bounced. Oh, I didn't lock out on dips? Yeah, I guess I'm not using my triceps because I didn't lock out. Oh.
Hey, quit being a little bitch!
Ogus cake!
Yeah, motherfucker!